Hey guys, it's Bella and welcome to my channel. So today's video is going to be my plan with me for the last week of January using this kit from Gabriela Elena Designs. This is the Beach Shore kit, and I did get the sort of like deluxe or full, whatever the name of the like bigger kit is from her shop. Although I think she has since reformatted her kits a little bit, so this format may be different to what is in her shop at the moment. I did order this kit quite a few months ago, and I never actually ended up hauling this kit because it was in my haul that ended up getting scrapped because I don't know, I think I just like took too long to upload the haul, and then by the time it was going to be uploaded, like I had used most of the things that I had hauled, so I just didn't think it was like worth it to post. But anyways, this is my second time using a kit from her shop. And I realized that it didn't have any headers, like pattern headers or anything. So I pulled in some glitter headers from my sort of like collection. So I had some from Planet Beautiful and some from a kit that I had made a long time ago. So as always, I have my washi kind of down at my sidebar, and I did also add in my meal stickers at the top because this kit came with these really gorgeous like utensil icons. So I used that for my meals this week. And then I did add my TVs in the spread. So yes, so starting off on Monday, I put in this gorgeous full box, and I used the headers that I had made on top of the full boxes this week. These were from a really old kit in my shop when I used to do my headers this way, but I have since switched back to doing glitter headers in my kit. And this was also when I had like headers as add-ons and things and like separate pages and whatnot. But anyways, and then I did pull in 2 glitter headers from Planet Beautiful, which were left over from kits from a long time ago. So yes. So starting off on Monday, I think I am just looking to see how I wanted to mark things and what boxes and different options I had. But the first thing that I ended up marking down was that I went to Officeworks because I did get a voucher for my birthday because one of our family friends who lives in Sydney sends me a voucher for Officeworks every year. So I decided to use it to buy some more Tombow markers because I have been using them to do my like monthly setups in this planner, like my notes pages and whatnot, so that I could match it to the monthly kits that I have been using, because I am using the Caress Press monthlies, and when she does her listing photo, she does add like the 4 colors that she's chosen for the kit. So I kind of use that listing photo as a guide to pick out the colors for my notes page spread. So if you do want to see what my notes page spreads look like, I did briefly show it in my January monthly video, and I will probably end up showing you again when I do my next monthly spread. So I ended up pulling in this Buy All the Pens sticker, which I believe is from Raspberry Designs. It was from a freebie that I got with like a sale order because it was like in one of those like collective freebie sampler kind of packs. I did also have my driving lesson that day, so that car icon is from the kit. And then I also marked in that my iCloud bill was due, although I forgot how much it was for. I do believe it's like $1.49 or $1.50, something really inexpensive. But I just marked that came out that day, which that comes out of my sort of like iTunes Apple ID account type thing, so that's okay. And then I did have yoga that day, which we did end up having like relief instructor because our regular instructor was away. But it was actually really, really good because it was just me and my mom in the class, which was really nice. So we kind of had like a tailor-made class, did lots of shoulder work and used lots of the props and everything. And it was just, yeah, it was a really, really good class. So I really enjoyed that. And then Tuesday was a public holiday because Tuesday was Australia Day, which we don't really do anything for Australia Day, and we never have in my family. It's never really been a thing. It's just kind of like a public holiday, I guess. So yeah, so I marked in that we had a lazy day because Mum obviously didn't have to work, and so we just kind of slept in the morning and didn't really do a lot during the day. So I used the little eye mask from the kit and the lazy day script, which was really, really cute. And then I spent the day sort of working on things for my shop. So I did some designing. So I used the laptop from the kit and I just wrote design time over one of the labels. And then I texted my dad that day. I forgot what I actually had to text him for. I can't remember if we were like arranging something or what it was for, but I was texting him for some reason, so I marked that in. And then I did have this Australia Day script, which is from Arctic Paper Studio, and I was trying to work out how I wanted to use it, if I wanted to put it like on a box or put it in the spread, or how I wanted to do it. So I did end up putting it on the full box because there was space for it. So yeah, and then at the bottom I marked in that I had a bit of a fall that day. I went to McDonald's because I live across the road from McDonald's. So I went to McDonald's to get soft serve, not soft serve, the sundaes, because Mum and I were craving sundaes. And on my way out, I just wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. I think I was just distracted because like some cars were beeping at each other, had almost crashed. I don't know what was going on. And so I tripped over like the stopper, the stopper that like stops the cars from hitting the curb or going onto the footpath. I tripped over that and fell over and scraped myself quite badly, which was really embarrassing. And then I had to go back in and sort of ask them to remake my ice cream because I dropped my ice cream, and it was nice of them to redo it because obviously quite a few people had fallen over the same thing that I had. So yeah, that was an interesting end to the day. So I just used the little 𝚜𝚎𝚗𝚏𝚎𝚙 sticker. She's kind of like, I think this is like a headache one, but it looks really appropriate for how I kind of felt. So yeah, very painful. I bruised my knees and I scraped my shoulder quite badly because my shirt kind of rolled up. But yeah, and grazed my knee. But thankfully it wasn't too bad. It wasn't as bad as it could have been. Because I have fallen like that before. I fell down my driveway a few years ago and I had a really, really bad fall that time. So thankfully it wasn't as bad as that. But it was still, not fun. And then at the bottom, I marked in that 𝚘𝚘𝚗 from Monster X announced his sort of solo album, or his company announced that he's sort of working on a solo album, which is very exciting. And it actually was his birthday that day as well, so that was really nice. And it was also on the 25th, which was the Monday. It was Lucas from NCT and Wavy, his birthday as well. But I don't really put like K-pop birthdays, but I just thought it was fun to mention that because, I do kind of post about that on my Tumblr, which is quite fun. So yes, then on to Wednesday, I put my full box in the middle and then just kind of alternated the headers as I have been doing in my previous spreads. So yes, Wednesday was quite like a full-on day. I did a lot of errands and things, which was very good. So on the first sort of box here, I'm marking in that I called one of these sort of like job agencies because my dad had sent me like a list of jobs that they had, and one of them was possibly something that could work well for me. So I called them up just to see like what the protocol was to, get some assistance in getting this job. But it would mean that I have to switch like things that I was doing because I'm currently like in online employment services is what I'm doing, like to find my job rather than working with an agency. So I'd have to switch all like my paperwork and stuff to be with an agency and all this kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it, but it's kind of just like, it's kind of a bit of a mess for what it is, if that makes sense. So I don't know. So I had to call them. And then I marked in that we had a power outage that day. It was so weird because I got up early like to call the women. So I got up, I like made my breakfast. Well, actually I made coffee and then I was making my breakfast and I had the TV on and all of a sudden it like just went off. And at first I was like, oh my God, did I do something? Because previously we had like a faulty kettle that would cut off the power. So I was like, oh my God, was it the kettle? Was it something else? I don't know. And I was charging my computer at the time as well. It was really weird. But and it also took a while to come up on the like electrical company's website that it was a fault. So I was like, oh my God, what's going on? And then like 15 minutes later it came up saying that it was a fault and that they were working on it, and it was like for the entire suburb basically. So yeah, so the power was out for most of the day, which was fine because then I had to leave the house anyway. But yes, so I used a little house icon which was from the kit, and then I marked in filming my plan with me, which was last week's spread. So the full court spread, which will be linked at the end of this video, and it will also be in my Plan with Me 2021 playlist. So yeah, and then at the bottom I just marked in sort of all the errands that I had to run, and I also received some mail that day. So I marked in that I went to light therapy, which I only went one time this week because I was supposed to go twice. I was supposed to go on the Friday as well, but I just didn't have any energy and I just didn't feel like leaving the house at all. So I only went once this week. Well, this past week, and then obviously this week that we're currently in, my state is in lockdown, so I can't go anywhere, basically, so that's fine, but yes. And then I marked in that I received Happy Mail that day, but I think first I marked in my little sort of shopping list because I did have to run some errands. So because my dermatologist is near like a shopping center, shopping mall, I went there to pick up some gift cards for my mom's friend for like her sort of birthday, because we are going to send her like her birthday present because she does live in Sydney. So yeah, I picked up some gift cards for her, and then we are going to buy some DVDs as well, but obviously we're going to wait until we can go out again to buy those. And then I did also just have to do some like grocery errands. So I had to go to the like international food store to get some things for my mom, and then I did also have to go to the chemist to pick up vitamins, which then I ended up forgetting like something, and so I had to go and pick that up today when I went out for my doctor's appointment. So yes. Anyways, and then moving on. Oh, and then I also just marked in that I received an order from Plan Like a Pro, so that mail icon is from the kit. So then moving on to Thursday, I put my full box again at the bottom, and I tried to alternate between like the pattern boxes and these ones that were like a bit more plain or a little less sort of like full on, which I really, really liked. So yes, and then just putting in my headers and starting my day by day section, which I think I start from the top. So on Thursday was actually my final shift for my retail job, which was kind of sad, but I knew it was going to happen because obviously like when I had signed my contract, I knew that it was only going to be until the end of January, just because, you know, the center that I work in, like the shop that I worked in, is one of the smaller ones, so they don't get a lot of foot traffic, and it's, you know, they don't need as many staff members until, you know, they reach the busy period. So yeah. But anyways, I had my last shift, which was nice because I wasn't even sure if I was going to have that shift because my previous 2 shifts had been cancelled. But yeah, thankfully I was able to have my final shift and sort of, you know, say farewell to everyone, which was quite nice. So yeah, I used the coffee cup icon from the kit and the work script from the kit and just marked in my hours. And then that day after work, I actually had to call my dad because we were organizing like his birthday, which all of that is kind of up in the air now anyway, because his birthday is actually this Friday, so the 5th of February, and obviously we're in lockdown until I believe it's 6:30 p.m. on Friday. As of now, obviously it might change, but yeah, so all the plans that we sort of made on this day kind of aren't really plans anymore, but on this day I called him after work and we were sort of talking about his birthday and what we were planning to do, because we were planning to go for lunch or like for dinner or something. So yeah, so I just used the little phone icon, which is from Arctic Paper Studio, yes. And yeah, I just layered that over a little icon and just wrote that in. And I think I forgot to mention, but the phone icon that I used on Tuesday is from Very Cute Designs. So yeah, and then later on in the afternoon, I marked in that 𝚜𝚑𝚘𝚗𝚎𝚘, who is a K-pop soloist, she had her comeback, which was actually very exciting, because she was supposed to have a comeback, I think it was sometime last year, but it was postponed for health reasons because she had like some health issues. So yeah, she was able to have her comeback, and I don't know, it was okay. Like I feel like her songs are always a little bit hit and miss, but I did like a couple of songs, which is really nice. So yeah, and obviously she's with a new label, so yeah, it will be interesting to see what else she comes out with in the near future. So I used the little headphone icon, which is from the GP Studio, and then I marked in going to Pilates that night, so I used the little dumbbell from the kit, and then I used the TV icon to mark in Riverdale and also True Beauty, which True Beauty is a K-drama, and the final episode comes out tomorrow, which is very, very sad because I have been really enjoying it, but I'm very interested to see how this ends. So yes, moving on to Friday, I put my full box at the top, so I used this really gorgeous like starfish one, which I was going to use on Thursday, but I decided to use it on Friday for whatever reason. Friday, like I said, I didn't do anything. I just was exhausted. I don't know what it was, but yeah, I just was kind of exhausted, and I didn't really want to leave my house, and I didn't really want to do anything, so I didn't. I think we had like a full moon or something on the Wednesday or Thursday, so I think that was why I was feeling a little bit drained as well. But yeah, so I marked in that I had a lazy day, and I used this pillow from 𝚘𝚎𝚗𝚎𝚑, just over a half box, and just wrote in lazy day and drew some little, you know, snoring kind of things. Although I don't snore, I guess. I don't think I snore, but anyways. And then I had a YouTube binge. Like I said, I just kind of had a chilled day, so I had a YouTube binge, which that YouTube icon is from the kit. And then I received some Happy Mail that day, which was from Starlight Pepper Studio. It was like the last order that I was waiting for of things that was on its way, because obviously I have since placed a couple of orders with different shops, but at the time that was the final order that I was waiting for. So I used this icon, which is from a shop that is no longer open, unfortunately. And then I marked in that I had to pay my next installment of my driving lessons, because I do pay, well, I don't pay, my parents pay, but we do buy like 10 lesson packages which is really nice because that ends up lasting about a month if I do like 2 lessons a week or so. So yeah, which this one we were able to sort of make it last a little longer because obviously when I was working I wasn't able to do as many lessons. So I kind of have only been doing really like 1 a week or 2 where I can. So that did make it last a little longer. So yeah, the car icon is from the sticker party, and then the don't forget was from the kit. And then I put in the hello weekend at the top, and I did also put my TV at the top as well because the only TV I had on Friday was True Beauty. So I just used the little thing that was from the kit. Little thing, that's a funny way of saying it. But anyways, so then moving on to the weekend, I put my 4 box in the middle, again just following the pattern that I've been doing. And I used this gorgeous one, again with the sort of like shells and starfish. I don't know, I really love the art in this kit. I do believe the shop owner does the art herself. I could be wrong, but I think she does because I don't see this artwork anywhere else. So I don't know if she does it herself or if she gets it custom made, but regardless, gorgeous stickers. So yes, and here I was trying to make sure that this was straight, and then I put in my headers as well, as always. And then move to the day by day. But yes, Saturday was again a relaxed time. This weekend was quite relaxed because I don't know, I didn't have a lot of energy, and I don't know why I didn't have a lot of energy. I don't know if it was just like a stress thing or like, I don't know, I was just kind of, I needed time to recharge. I don't know. It could also be the weather because it was quite warm again. So I don't know what it was, but I just was exhausted. So yeah, so on Saturday I marked in that I had a lazy day, so that lazy day icon is from the GP Studio, and I just used the like washi strip from the kit and layered that on top, which looks really nice, which I think I'm doing now. I think I was just trying to pick which icon I wanted to use, so you'll see what I mean in a second. So yeah, here's the little lazy day couch, which that's like one of my like most used stickers. Like I've repurchased that sheet quite a few times. So yeah, and then I marked in that Mercury went retrograde. So I used the like little USB stick from the kit. I thought that was like the perfect thing because my mom was always talking about how I need to back everything up. You know, Mercury retrograde is back everything up. Don't make any like irrational decisions or like sign anything or like, you know, yeah, that kind of thing. So yeah, and then funnily enough, obviously that day, because it was Mercury retrograde, I was having computer issues. Like, I don't know what happened. My Firefox ended up crashing, and then I tried reinstalling it, and it wasn't reinstalling, and it was just really frustrating me. So I switched back to using Chrome. But yeah, my computer just, I don't know, it kept freezing and it kept doing all this random stuff. I don't know, not random stuff, but like, I don't know, it was just like, it was frustrating me because I wanted to do some design work and like everything was just running slow or like crashing. And to be fair, I do have like an old computer. Like I've had my computer for like 6 years or something, 7 years, something like that. But obviously it still works. So yeah, I think it was just the Mercury retrograde because since using it, it's been working fine. Obviously I haven't attempted to try and get Firefox back on my computer. I might do that once Mercury retrograde is finished and see if it works, but yeah, I just was not having luck with it for whatever reason. So yeah, I used this kind of like annoyed Jupiter sticker from Starlit Paper Studio, which was from a freebie. And then like at the bottom, I finally marked in doing some designing because I was able to get my computer working eventually. So I just worked on some multicolor items for my shop. And then Mum and I had a movie night. We ended up watching How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, which is a personal favorite of ours. So yeah, and I wrote this in really badly. I hate how I wrote this in, but regardless, that was what I did that day. And then I was going to say for finally or whatever, but finally I ended up filling in Sunday, so I put my full box at the bottom again, which I used the like seagulls. I don't know, I love the seagulls in this kit. It's so cute because I just have fond memories of being a child and like feeding hot chips to the seagulls. Even though you're not supposed to, but because I live like in a coastal area, like I don't know, I just have fond memories of like the seagulls being seagulls. So yes, anyways, so yes, for Sunday again, just put in my full box and the headers. And again, Sunday was pretty much a lazy day. I think we had planned on doing things that day. Like we had planned on going out to, you know, finish shopping for like my mom's friend's birthday present and doing some errands and whatnot, but we just didn't end up doing anything because we did go to Pilates in the morning, which was quite nice because on the weekends there are like different instructors, so we do kind of have a favorite instructor who works on the Sundays every now and then. So we went to her class, which was pretty good, and it wasn't overly intense. Like, it was intense, but it wasn't overly intense, which was quite nice. And she's really funny. So again, I used some dumbbells, which these ones are from Very Cute Designs, and then we got home from Pilates, had breakfast, and then I sort of just went and had a lie down, and we sort of just were in and out of sleep all kind of morning, and that was when we decided not to really leave the house. So I just used a label, like a little thing. I just wrote nap, and then funnily enough, after my nap, I woke up to a text message from my dad, and he was like, yeah, so we're in lockdown starting from 6:30, and we're going to have to wear masks when you leave the house, and all this kind of stuff. And because we had been napping, we were sort of like out of the loop. So, you know, I went on Facebook to check the news, on Twitter and all that kind of stuff to check the news, because that's how I get my news, and sort of got up to speed with everything. And then my dad called and, you know, was talking about it with my mom and that kind of thing. So yeah, that was that, which was kind of like an odd way to finish the month and start a new one, but it is what it is. So I just used a little flag and the little asterisk, not asterisk, exclamation mark. But yes, we are in a 1 week, not 1 week, that's like 5 days, but 5-day lockdown, I think, or 6-day lockdown, something like that, because it was from Sunday night to this coming Friday night so far, unless it gets extended or anything. But yeah, it was kind of strange because obviously now we have to wear masks, which we've never had to do that before. So it's been a little adjustment, but it hasn't been too bad, and it's given me an excuse to do some online shopping, because I have ordered some nice like fabric masks from an online retailer, because I have just been using the sort of like single-use medical masks. My mum brought a few of them home previously, like at the peak of the pandemic, but obviously we didn't have to wear masks, and then I didn't leave the house. So yeah, so then I marked in designing, and then I also uploaded my plan with me, and Mum and I watched The Invasion, because I don't know why, she was talking about it and I had never seen this movie before, and she's like, oh my god, yeah, let's watch this creepy sci-fi kind of like dystopian movie at this time. It was, yeah, I don't know, it's her idea. But the laptop icon was from Purple Bunny Prints. The YouTube icon was from Octopaper Studio, and the laptop, not the laptop, the TV was from the kit. So yeah, that is it for this plan with me. I have quite a bit left in this kit, because it is quite a full kit, but there's also a lot of repetition in the kit. Like, there's quite a few build do's, there's quite a few habit trackers, that kind of thing, which I think she has kind of changed in her new format. So hopefully I'll be able to pick up another kit from her shop and try out her newer format and see how that works for me. But yeah, there are also a ton of icons in this kit, which a lot of them are really different to what you get in other kits. So I can't wait to pull those into other spreads, and I'll store those in my sticker book. And then obviously I have a few sort of functional things left as well, which I am hoping to get another sticker book in the near future to use for those kinds of items, you know, like build do's and half boxes and labels, and, you know, things that I can pull into other spreads that aren't like kit specific or like pattern specific. So yeah, that is it for this video. As always, all the shops will be linked down below. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. But I really wanna tell you that I still get goosebumps whenever you call.